Hi, this is Gilles, the radio prepper. After just building a Moxon antenna for the 2-meter band using copper tubing, I thought, what other antenna can I build using copper tubing? And I remember that in the past I have built a Slim Jim antenna for 2 meters, and actually I'll show it to you here. So you can see this is a fairly short antenna. Well, it's about 1.50 meters in length. And this one, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm not sure I'll be able to match that this time, but I did go and buy the copper tubing. This is amateur radio heaven, guys. Much fewer choices than Home Depot for plastic fittings. I will be comparing the Slim Jim antenna to the J-pole antenna, which is pretty common. You don't see as many Slim Jims, but you do see a lot of J-poles. In a nutshell, the Slim Jim has slightly more gain, but in all practicality, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Now, there is a big difference, however, is that the Slim Jim has a lower angle of radiation, about 8 degrees. While the J-pole has about a 20 degrees angle of radiation, and that is a big difference. It's not better one way or the other, but it depends on what you want to do with the antenna. If you want to contact a repeater that is placed on a hill or a tower somewhere, and you are in a city or in a valley, that's a big advantage to have a J-pole, because with the 20-degree angle, well, it's more like 45. The 20-degree angle, you can get out of the hole you're in and make a good connection to a repeater. With the Slim Jim, however, you have 8 degree angle of radiation, so that's much lower. That allows you to make longer contacts, to a longer distance in simplex. That means radio to radio. Both these antennas are very sensitive to stuff around them, especially metal. So you don't want those antennas close to a metal pole or something like that, or probably trees or buildings or anything like that. If you hang one from a tree, like a Slim Jim, you want it probably not too close to the trunk of the tree, and place it a little bit further on a branch hanging down. Because they do not like the proximity of stuff. These antennas also need to be used with an RF choke, because the shield of the coaxial cable tends to radiate, so you want to cut that off at the base of the antenna. The Slim Jim also is supposed to have a wider bandwidth, so I will center mine on 145 megahertz, which is the middle of the 2-meter band in Europe, which is 144 to 146 megahertz. We don't go to 148 like you guys in the US, unfortunately. So I hope that the antenna will cover the whole band. Here on the left side you have the Slim Jim antenna, and on the right side the J-pole. You can see that they are fairly similar, except that the Slim Jim is folded on itself. You can see the A measurement here on the left is 3/4 wave. We have on the right side B, which is half wave, the folded part, and at the bottom a 1/4 wave matching stub. The J-pole on the right also has the 1/4 wave matching stub, but only one radiating side basically going up, and it doesn't come back down folded onto itself like the Slim Jim. So similar antennas, and they are fed the same way. At the bottom you can see the coax cable here, and there is a certain distance here marked as D, which should be 50 ohm impedance. That is how you are going to match your antenna, by finding the best location for the feed point. Now keep in mind that, like I said, the antenna, those two antennas actually have a tendency to radiate RF current through the shield of the coax, so you are going to need an RF choke on that cable. I actually highly suggest that when you try to find the best location for the feed point, that you use the RF choke and probably the coax cable that you are going to be using with that antenna. Here are the measurements for the antennas for both the Slim Jim and J-Pole, and those come from the M0 UKD website, and John has a super excellent, awesome website. Go check it out because he has a lot of designs and a very nice blog that you can get designs from, like the Yagi Uda for 2 meters that I built, a portable antenna. Awesome design too. So you can go there and enter your own parameters, your frequency, and it will calculate all the measurements for your antennas. Alright, this is how I'm attaching the antenna to the mast. It is a fairly short mast, about 4 meters, but probably typical of light portable operations. Oh, very high SWR, very high, so this is not good at all, and I'm not quite sure why. This one shows 1.4, yeah, 1.4, 1.5 to 1, so what do I believe? Let's try the power. 10 watts, smack on, so I'll try, we'll see what happens.
Voilà, je m'éloigne un peu du micro quand même. C'est un micro sur pied de Icon et le l'appareil est plutôt et je dois avoir environ à l'émission dans une antenne de 5 quarts d'onde, pardon. Dans une antenne quart d'onde, soit du QRA, et je me trouve à peu près 10 km du réémetteur qui est à Royan. Le village ici, c'est Morna sur Seudre. Mornac-sur-Seudre, un petit village à 10 km nord-ouest de Royan. Merci pour les reports. Le micro, je ne sais pas qui est-ce qui m'a répondu en dernier. C'est peut-être Jean-Loup.
C'est Foxtrot 4, Hôtel India Papa 45. Alors j'allais vous crier Alléluia, parce qu'au début de votre modulation, il n'y a pas eu de coupure. Et puis peut-être à la fin, parce que c'est dégradé, il y a encore eu des coupures. Moins violentes qu'au début, mais enfin moins violentes qu'avant. Mais là, c'était bien parti. J'ai cru que vous étiez arrivé à quelque chose. Et bah, de mon côté, je ne sais pas si je passe bien, si je passe mal, ça arrive à tout le monde. Hein. Et puis on est là pour s'entraîner, il n'y a pas de problème. Hein. Voilà, donc il faut qu'on arrive à résoudre ça parce que c'est pas rigolo de vous écouter parce qu'à chaque fois, je tarque. Je vais couper en rondelle. Allez, DOK, je vous retourne le micro, Katachipi Christian 45.
Well, guys, I'm sorry about that. Really, I won't be able to test the transmit on this antenna because I'm running out of time. And the problem is that, well, it's not really a problem, but tomorrow I have to go away to the south of France for a job, and more on that on Wednesday. But so I really have to pack up tonight, and I can't really finish this. So I will probably use this antenna another time. Not right away, but in the future. It seems to receive really well. I have no problem with it for that. I'm not quite sure if my radio's SWR meter works or if the external one I plugged in works and which one is correct. So the antenna has the correct measurements, so it should be okay. But anyway, you saw the construction and the concept and the design, so I hope that's good enough. Have a good one.